they were driving him nuts.
Yeah.
Really,
And
with
it's
his
just
flowers.
reaction. But he should take the full course.
Yes, he will.
All righty, we're going to call the Common Council meeting to order. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can you help us with the roll call?
Yes. Jeff Kirkon.
Here.
Jim Barron.
Here.
Jackie Valdy.
Here.
Wayne Dean.
Here.
Matt Grimmer.
Here.
Kevin Maples is excused. Tim Eicher.
Here.
Tom Hafner.
Here.
Kent Atwell.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, item 1, motion convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.85, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever a competitive or bargaining reason requires a closed session. Specifically, the possible sale of property owned by the city of Delafield located at the intersection of Main Street and Wells Street. Tax key number DELC 0793.050, consisting of approximately 0.13 acres. Location map under item 7A.
Move to adjourn into closed session.
Second.
Convene into.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
You have to do a roll call.
Actually, we need a roll call.
That's right.
So we'll roll call. We'll start down there with District 1.
Aye.
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 All righty.
Turn your mics on.
And Mike signals us the camera's off and he leaves the room. We'll get started.
Want to pass it down?
Okay, we're back from closed session and looking for a motion to reconvene into open session.
I make the motion to reconvene into open session.
Thank you.
Second.
A second. Okay, roll call vote to come back in. Mr. Crickham?
Aye.
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 Alrighty, we'll move on to item 3, citizens of Delafield comments pertaining to consent agenda. Any comments for the consent agenda? Seeing none, looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention passes. City of Delafield citizen comments pertaining to items not on the consent agenda. Any other topic? Seeing none?
No, we have one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were passing.
He saw you. He just was hoping you'd go away.
Okay, Laura Schultz, 935 Bar Road. In reviewing the packet this last week, I did notice the land for sale at Wales Street and Main with no details. All that was in the packet was the map. Okay, I realize that your closed session was about the possible sale of this land, but I have a few questions. Number one, the reason for selling it, the assessed value of the land. Was the city approached to sell the land? Does the sale of this land have anything to do with the property to the east of it, where the house was torn down? Is the land a public right-of-way? I would greatly appreciate you consider these questions in your discussion and deliberations tonight about this property. Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right, any other citizens' comments? Seeing none, looking for a motion to close citizens' comments.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All righty, number 5, number 6, committee reports. Licenses,
No licenses, thank you.
6B, planning commission, Mr. Eicher.
Okay, so Plan Commission, we did have a meeting at the end of November. While I was not present, I'm well versed on what occurred. If anyone else would like to weigh in, please do so if I missed something. But the item on our agenda is for Heritage Hillside 2725. And briefly what that is if you don't know exactly what it is because it's slightly hidden. It's in a little bit of a dip in the landscape there. It always has been. It's just west of Dairy Queen, a little bit to the north and across the street from the coffee shop there. Anyway, they've been looking for a way to increase their exposure. They've had a long-term tenant there, but then 2 vacant properties that have either had short-term rents or intermittent rentals. So they're thinking that in order to increase their exposure, they could do some facade changes, and we gave them some recommendations. They went to a public hearing, came back with a plan that architecturally was denied because it just simply didn't kind of fit in. It looked like they were trying to do what they wanted to do, and it's kind of create big billboards for the property as opposed to an architectural improvement. It did nothing to the space. So that motion was recommended for denial by Plan Commission. I'll make the motion to uphold that decision, and I'll make a motion to approve the Plan Commission recommendation to deny the facade improvements as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
And another item, there's a couple others that were on the Plan Commission agenda and meeting that were somewhat innocuous, but one that is formally presented now to the city and discussed is the proposal for the restaurant on the just west of the Holiday Inn Express. And I believe that's public, right? It's Chick-fil-A. Yeah, it's in the paper. So Chick-fil-A is the proposed restaurant there, along with a different retail space. And it, in short, presents several challenges. Some of them are geographical, and with stormwater retention, green space, signage, traffic, and that was recommended to be referred to the Public Works Commission for some of those particular infrastructure things. Appreciate Jackie pointing out the tree, and I will say that that oak tree is on everybody's radar. Anybody who sat down at any kind of a plant staff meeting or early proposal, that is put under their nose almost as item one. So it's been everyone's been made aware of it early on. They're definitely aware of it. It should not be any kind of a damper for keeping it in the spotlight.
Yeah, I was quite relieved, honestly, to see that it was marked as a protection easement. And my only request at that planning commission meeting was to put up like a construction fence so that someone didn't inadvertently drive across the root base. And I noticed in the planning commission minutes, they misspelled my name.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well, the point is made. However, like I said, it presents several challenges.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in the traffic situation, the landscape, stormwater management, and the tree, there might be some give and take, so stay on top of it. So keep abreast of what's going on in those meetings. Aside from that, next meeting is end of January. We do not have one in December. That's it for Plan Commission.
Great, thank you much. 6C, Lake Welfare Committee, Mr. Barron.
There was a meeting, and I have to say I missed it, and the minutes have not been published yet, so I will cover it next time.
Alrighty. 6D, Park and Rec Commission, Mr. Grimmer.
Park and Rec had a meeting. We did talk about the tree and preserving the tree as full support of Park and Rec. I mentioned in a previous report regarding the trail to the north of Bark River and the negotiations that took place between St. John's and some Park and Rec members about creating an easement between the two. That was in those committee members who were having those discussions, fairly done deal. Unfortunately, we got a letter from attorneys representing St. John's that they're still deliberating and are requesting further discussion on that particular easement. So their rationale is they don't necessarily see a need for the trail easement. They're concerned about the impact on St. John's and potentially more importantly, the trail easement permanently severs and adversely impacts the usefulness, value, and development potential of St. John's land in those particular tax keys. So we will be, Jim Ryer will be heading back to hammer out a better deal for them potentially, or further discussions. But that is not the, that's not a done deal by any measure.
Is it fair to say Jim and the committee are representing the city's interest in these negotiations? I don't believe Tom's been involved, have you, Tom?
Only in reviewing the easement document at a staff level, but not in the discussions.
So, and the city attorney's been involved in reviewing that easement, correct? That's what Jim has told me.
I think that's a standard template that Mike Court wrote up, so I'm not sure that Hamas was involved. Hamas is not involved in some of our straightforward easements that are just template boilerplate based.
I'd say I wouldn't expect it to get contentious. It's probably just some posturing, but it might be worthwhile to make sure that somebody with all the history of the give and take between St. John's and the city is involved in the discussions. We vacated streets not too long ago to their benefit, and this is something similar that's kind of the part of the take, or the give and take, and along with the different financing district that's set up specifically for them that we maintain. And just not for leverage sake, but just a little friendly reminder how well we work together.
Absolutely. On a number of things that you mentioned.
Right.
Yep. I'll make sure that's known. Other than that, nothing further.
Okay, thank you. 6E, Public Works Committee, Mr. Dean.
In follow-up to the Plan Commission, we conducted discussions on the traffic patterns and movements and stormwater management for the new restaurant, talking about the Chick-fil-A there at 83 and 94. discussion centered around whether traffic would be best served by a traffic lights or by potentially a roundabout and vacating some space over there from the tenants like Kohl's. We did not have enough information, we felt, so we asked their traffic engineers to look more closely at some of the other options, whether it be a single lane or double lane roundabout, and also get us more up-to-date technical information about some of the underground storm water treatment facilities or methods, as opposed to just an open, like a drainage field or pond. So they will be coming back to us next year with more information. The other item, we approve, subject to staff approval, the site plan, engineering, and stormwater management for KB Investments, which is located at 3871 Kettle Court East, up on the court, the land right next to the city water tower. So we approved that, subject to staff approval. And that was it for Public Works.
Okay, great. All right, 6H, Library Board, Ms. Maldy.
No police?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Sorry.
all right.
Police, Jeff.
You can pass. No meeting, no report.
Must have been so
All righty.
liberal.
I figured you knew that, so yeah.
I do. Sorry. I'll jump in. The library committee met last Tuesday, December 11th. A couple of things for council and audience. Right now, our library director, Stephanie Ramirez, is in the middle of goal reviews with the staff. All staff are required to submit yearly goals to Stephanie, and then they require also that they set team goals, and she uses them as sort of a rough evaluation tool and loves the ideas that they submit. It's a very dynamic group of people there. The Friends of the Library will have their annual meeting on Thursday, January 10th at 11:30 a.m. This meeting is open to the public. If you can go, go. And tomorrow and Wednesday, we have a super special Santa story time. Santa in the library will be, our library board president will be Mrs. Claus. Captain Hagan is Santa. Yeah, that's it from us. Have a wonderful holiday.
I'd like to see a few of those people all
I
dressed
can't
up.
wait.
Alrighty. Board of Zoning Appeals, no meeting. 6J, Promotion and Tourism Commission, Mr. Barron.
No meeting.
6K, Lake Country Fire Commission, no meeting. Lake Country Fire Board, Jeff, no meeting.
No.
Mr. Grimmer, Tree Board, 6M.
Tree Board met briefly. The only substantive issue that was discussed was removing the tree brochure from the city's website. For concern that it's too much work and will not be accessed.
Okay. 6N, Deer Management Committee.
Today we have 109 applicants for the deer management program. We have had over 230 times requested for being in the 4 different stands at different times. So it's really doing well. And so far I know of 31 deer that have been harvested either on either private property or in the city stands.
Wow.
And the unknown deer are from where?
The unknown deer.
You mentioned that you know of 31 deer.
Well, that's what I've been told.
There's
other deer that people don't have to call me about. If it's on private property, they don't have to let me know. So those are the ones I know of.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
They're secret agents.
And a few of them were hunted down with cars.
All right, 7A, Unfinished Business, Discussion and Possible Action regarding the possible sale of the property owned by the city of Delafield located at the intersection of Main Street and Wells Street. Tax key number DLC 0793.050, consisting of approximately 0.13 acres.
So Laura had some questions in the opening, and those and others I'm going to make a motion that we don't sell the property at this time.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Passes. All right, on to 8A, discussion and action to approve the resignation of Dave Simon from the Community Development Board under
So
Mayor's
moved.
report.
Second.
Second?
Who was the second, I'm sorry?
Matt moved.
Matt moved it, Jim was the second.
Seconded.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? 8B, wanted to make everybody aware out there that the Quick Trip grand opening will be on January 9th. So we will have another gas station back open in the city of Delafield, which I know
last.
many of you are anxious to have, me included. So on January 9th, you can start pumping gas at the new Quick Trip. All right, 9A, new business. Discussion and possible action regarding proposed development agreement between the city of Delafield, the town of Delafield, and the Sanctuary of Heart and Hope LLC to provide city sanitary sewer, water, and stormwater utility service to the property located at W307 N1499 Gulf Road in the town of Delafield, tax key number DELT 0807.997. Mr. Hafner.
Yeah, the city received a request from the owner of this property for connection to city utilities. It is something that is permitted by past agreements referenced in this agreement. And this agreement is based on existing agreements that the city has to provide these utilities to the Ridgepoint Center, which is the property to the east of this property, and also to the bank, which is the property to the west of this property. So the owner is anxious to get connected. So we're taking this first to the city. The town has not seen this yet, but I would expect them to have no issues with it based on past experience. So I'm open to any questions about the agreement, and we would be looking for approval tonight. And if there's any questions for the property owner, she's also here as well.
Was the infrastructure the city put in place designed with this capacity in mind? I mean, is this fine?
It is, and this is also part of the sewer service area for Delhart as well.
All right. Yeah, no, Delhart's got the capacity.
Yep.
They're good to go.
It's the way we should be doing things, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Abstention?
I
Passes.
don't know enough, so.
Oh,
Otherwise, yeah, it'll.
Are you abstaining?
No, I
Or
said
you voting no?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
okay.
it's already passed. I just don't understand it, that's all.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 10, report of city officials, administrator.
I have no report this evening.
All right, city clerk, you've got 4 items.
I do. Make sure my mic is on. The first item we have is discussion and action on the approval of the voucher list that we found and have circulated.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Opposed? Passes.
thank you. The second item, we just have a reminder for the April candidates. December 1st was the first day to start circulating your nomination paperwork. This Friday, is it this Friday, the 21st, is the last day to file your non-candidacy paperwork if you are an incumbent already. January 2nd is the last day for you to get me all of your nomination papers, the declaration of candidacy, and a campaign finance statement. In the past, the only thing that you guys filled out here was the declaration of candidacy. I did confirm with the state that you as incumbents still have to fill out all the same stuff that a new candidate would have to fill out.
Absolutely.
It wasn't being done. So
Absolutely.
we're on board now. So that's for number 2. Questions about that at all? No questions? Okay. Item number 3, Kettle Moraine has a referendum question that has already been submitted. I included that in the packet in case you wanted to know the wording so that you can tell your constituents if they have any questions. Any questions about Kettle Moraine's referendum question so far?
Not that you can answer.
Exactly. Perfect. Then number 4, there are currently 11 ballot types for the February-April election cycle in the city of Delafield. So we're going to do it by color this year. Because it's a smaller election, we're not going to have as large of a turnout. We're only going to have 5 tables. So We're going to have it spread out by color so that nobody can get confused about which ballot they should be having. So, any questions about ballot colors?
Unless you're colorblind.
Well, that's true, but we'll assist you.
Okay.
So, that is all I have from the clerk's office.
Great. Any items for future agenda items?
Yeah, I'd like to ask, the Deer Management Committee would like the Common Council to take up matter of how we spend the money that was approved to $12,950. Most of it was going to be approved for sharpshooting in February and March, and we'd like to have the opportunity for the committee to spend that money in other ways other than sharpshooting. So we'll bring that to your attention at the next meeting if it's on the agenda.
I have a request to,
Whoa.
I know, I'm really loud. That I would like to volunteer. I was working on the tree brochure for the city, and if I could present it to the council for consideration.
Okay, anything else? Great, thank you. Okay, number 11. We are going to go into closed session for the second time tonight. So a motion to convene into closed session per...
Before we do that,
Okay.
just have to read this off so that we know what we're up to.
Oh, read this off first.
The
Got it.
city clerk is excluded from this particular closed session, thereby relieving the clerk of the statutory duty to keep a record. The clerk appoints the mayor to take the minutes in the clerk's absence. This designation must be done before going into closed session so that it is clear to the public and to the clerk that a particular person has been given the responsibility for taking the minutes, and it can be made part of the record kept by the clerk. Mayor Atwell, do you accept the responsibility?
I feel like I'm getting married. I do.
To have and to hold.
So let the record show that a script is given to Mayor Atwell to go through to make sure that all of the motions have been kept for the closed session items and the adjournment at the end of the meeting.
Okay, so
Thank you.
just, did you say sign something or?
Nope, you just have to go each step and
Okay,
write down the
nothing I
yeas
have
and
to
nays
read on
first
that
and
sheet?
second. No.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, motion to convene into closed session per Wisconsin State Statute 19.85, considering employment, promotion, compensation, and performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. More specifically, the city administrator, director of public works.
Motion to convene into closed session.
Second.
Roll call?
Aye.
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 Great, thank you.
Thank you. Guys have a good
Good night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.